Howdy, my special angels. Guess what? It is now April. And you know what? We're going to do happens in April is actually it's Easter. So I want to wish all of you special angels out there happy Easter. And Easter we eat a lot of chocolates, go on a little Easter egg hunt. And so we're going to do two special books. One's called The Chocolate Rabbit for Easter, and the next one's called Farm Animals. So guess what? Let's get started. Oh, this is a long one. Well, well, this is a little story called Barty Rabbit. He was a very special rabbit, and it is thanks to him that there are chocolate rabbits in the shops at Easter. Well, Bertie had two sisters named Polly, Patty, and every day they complained loudly. Must we go to school? But Mother Rabbit wanted them to be very wise, and she made them go. She cooked their breakfast and cleaned their ears and combed their silky fur and whiskers and sent them off with their lunches boxes to school. So here's Mama. They don't want to go to school, but they got you so they can learn to be really smart. And they're getting everything cleaned up because it's nice to go to school clean. Don't want no smelly little rabbits. So, while the kids are at school, guess what Mama does? Bertie's father and mother was a fine artist. Her father learned enough to keep his family painting Easter eggs. He used many colors and many patterns. He painted eggs blue and pink or pink with blue stripes. He decorated them with tiny flowers, and sometimes he even put shiny little stars on it. Or even with wavy colored lines. He and his mother and the mother was very, very clever. So here's the father, he's doing the painting, and the mother put all the little eggs over here, all the different pretty little designs. Well, every year Father Rabbit set aside a little of his hard-earned money until he could announce proudly, we're going to have a photograph taken. A photographer is actually the one who takes the photograph. And while Father Rabbit spent his day painting eggs, Mother Rabbit looked after the house and made sure Bertie and his sisters went out to collect fresh eggs. So here they're getting ready for the little picture, and here's where Mother's sending them out to get fresh eggs for the Easter egg. Well, then the young rabbits enjoyed taking their baskets into the countryside, but Bertie often ran off to play with his friends instead of helping. He ate every carrot he could find. And here's little Bertie, and he's out doing carrots instead of what he's supposed to and looking for eggs. Best of all, Bertie liked to go off on his own. He never wandered away far, and sometimes he would wander too far, and he forgot all about his sisters and collecting eggs. So here he is, he's found a little squirrel, he's off by himself. Not good to run away from your friends, and especially your sisters when they're watching you. Well, Polly and Patty returned with their baskets full of eggs, and the latest joke they had heard in the hen run, such as, cook, there are spots on the chicken. That's all right, it's only chicken pox. So I guess they got the eggs at the chicken house, and the chickens were making little jokes about the little eggs and said they had chicken pox because they had spots on their little eggs. One day, Bertie Rabbit had collected some perfectly fine eggs. Hello, said the mice twins, who were sunning themselves. Bertie stopped to talk to them, leaving his eggs baskets balanced on a stone. So here he is, he's talking to the little mouse instead of doing what he's supposed to. Well, guess what happened? Looks like the eggs broke. Crash! The basket fell over, tumbling eggs onto the ground. "Oh dear," said Bertie, trying to scoop them up. "What shall I do?" wailed Bertie, running to his sisters. Well, his sister said, "Cheer up, Bertie. You can have some of mine. Mother will never know," because she didn't want little Bertie to get in trouble. So here's where the eggs cracked, and here's little Bertie trying to figure out what he's going to do. Well, so his sister, she gave him some of her eggs so Bertie wouldn't get in trouble. And that night, Mother Rabbit was so pleased with her children that she decided to make a chocolate cake. That sounds good. After carrots, there was their favorite food. She set her alarm clock and settled down to sleep. So here's Mother. She made a chocolate cake, and now she's taking a nap to sleep for the night. Well, brr, 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 rang the alarm, and Mother Rabbit got up to prepare the chocolate. When it was ready, she put the saucepan on one side to cool and crept back to bed. What a treat for my family, she thought, and what a surprise for them for all their work. So here's little Mother. She's taking the cake out to cool after it cooks. And then, guess what happened? "Yummy, yummy," said little Bertie, who was awakened by the lovely smell of chocolate. He leaped out of the bed and ran downstairs. So here's little Bertie, and he's running downstairs because he smells the nice chocolate cake. Well, Bertie climbed on a stool just to look, he said. Then he put one little paw into the saucepan just to taste. Then the stool fell over. Oh no, poor Bertie, now he's in trouble again. Goodness gracious, Bertie was covered all over in chocolate. His cries awakened the family, who came running to see what had happened. So here's little Bertie trying to sneak a little chocolate taste, and it falls on his head. Well, wonder what then? He's covered in chocolate because that chocolate went all over him. So they stood around speechless until suddenly Father shouted, "I got a marvelous idea. Why hasn't anyone ever thought about it before?" "Stay absolutely still, young Bertie. Don't move, or not even a little whisker." So he's trying to get little Bertie to stay here. There's Mother and Father, and they're trying to see, I wonder what's going to happen. Well, Father Rabbit quickly got his tools, and on a piece of wood he started to carve. Soon he had the shape of the wood so that it looked exactly like poor little Bertie, all covered in chocolate. See where he carved the wood right here? Well, Mother Rabbit prepared more delicious chocolate. Then she poured it into the rabbit-shaped mold her father had made from his little wooden rabbit. So here's where he carved the rabbit, a little Bertie, and here's Mother. Shh, thing just keeps going off. Well, so here she's making more chocolate. I wonder what they're going to make. Well, while the chocolate was setting, cooling down, Mother Rabbit turned to Bertie. "Off you go and wash away every bit of that chocolate. I want to see my own little bunny little Bertie Rabbit again." So, at last, the family settled down to breakfast, chattering excitedly. "We've seen the first chocolate rabbit," chanted Polly and Patty, because they're laughing at little Bertie, because he was doing something he wasn't supposed to. So here's Mother, and she's pouring a little chocolate into the mold. And here they are laughing at little Bertie, because he did something he wasn't supposed to. Well, from that day, many, many chocolate rabbits appeared in shop windows, and many, many of them were made by the rabbit family. So here they've decided now they're not only coloring eggs, they're making chocolate rabbits. I wonder what that's going to taste like. Easter time, chocolate rabbits even appeared sitting among Easter eggs or on very special cakes. So here's little Easter chocolate rabbit sitting on cakes, all because Bertie did something he wasn't supposed to, but now it's going to help the rabbits have more money. So, And who do you think delivered all those chocolate rabbits? Why, little Birdie, of course, in his own little yellow car. And he never dropped a single one. So here's little Birdie, and he's delivering all the chocolate bunny rabbits. And guess what? That's how chocolate was formed. Because one little bunny was doing what he wasn't supposed to and spilled chocolate all over his head. Well, that was the chocolate rabbit. And now, the next one we're going to read for April is called Farm Animals. And one little thing I do want to let you know, on April 1, the first day of April, you're supposed to go and make little pranks and little jokes on little different people to scare them, surprise them. You know, it's the one day you can get away with little fudging of the truth. So, it's not lying, it's just exaggerating. Well, let's get started on farm animals. And early in the morning, the rooster crows. Then the farmer knows it's time to get up. Cock-a-doodle-doo, says the rooster as he struts around the barnyard, acting as if they're in charge of everything. They puff out their chest and look very proud of themselves. So here, see how pretty that rooster is? And he's going around going cock-a-doodle-doo. Well, the cows graze in the pasture, eating grass and clover. Some kinds of cattle are raised for their milk to give that we drink. Other kinds are raised for beef that we eat. They are raised for meat and milk. And milk cows are called bulls or steers. And so here's the bull and here's the cows. These are the cows of the female. And the bulls are the male. And look, there's a milk cow. Here's some more milk cows. And there's a beef cow. And there's a beef cow that we eat. So we drink their milk and we eat their meat. In the barn, a mother cow watches over her newborn calf. A calf can drink its mother's milk for nearly a year. But when it's a few days old, the farmer usually starts feeding the calf a special formula. Then the people can use the cow's milk to help nourish their bodies and make them better. So here's the milk cow. She has a little baby. So the baby shares the milk with all of us and makes her get all our vitamins. So, goats give good milk too. It is especially good for making cheese. I love cheese. How about you? Well, the female goat is called a nanny goat, and the male goat is called a billy goat. And baby goats are called kids. So here's the nanny, and here's the billy, and here's the little kids. That's the goats. A chicken's eggs takes 3 weeks to hatch. The mother hen keeps her eggs and her chicks warm by sitting on them. She sits on them for 3 weeks, but she does get up and go eat every now and then and get her something to drink. From the heat is how you make the eggs. When a hen finds something good to eat, she calls her chicks by making a clucking sound like cluck, 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 cluck. Well, so here's the hens, and here's the mother laying on the little eggs, and there's little baby chicks. Here's more baby chicks, and they go cluck, 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 cluck. Well, our next animal is turkeys are bigger than chickens. The male turkey is called a tom turkey. He has very fancy feathers. A tuft of feathers hangs from his breast. Most turkeys are sold at holiday time for Thanksgiving and Christmas for us to nourish our bodies and make us bigger and strong. So here's the boy turkey, and here's the hen turkeys. Well, the next animal, a farmer raises horses for riding and racing. Some horses do heavy farm work, like pulling wagons. A young horse is called a colt, and a male horse is called a stud or a gelding, and a female is called a mare or a filly. And a filly means they're young maybe over a year old. And so the bill colt is finally grown when it's about 5 years old, and that's when you can start riding it. So here's the stud or the gelding, here's the mare or the filly, and here's the little colt. The next animal, oh, that looks like a horse too. Well, no, it's a donkey, and mules are smaller than horses. But they are very strong and can carry a lot of stuff. So they don't eat as much food as a horse does. They pull carts and carry heavy loads. Donkeys and mules can sometimes be stubborn, and they also like to kick. So if you're ever around a donkey or a mule, please be careful and don't get kicked. So here's a donkey and here's a mule. There's a little dog getting kicked, so be careful. The next animal is a cat. To protect her newborn kitten, a mother cat keeps them in a secret place. Sometimes in a hayloft. When the kittens are old enough, she teaches them how to hunt for mice. So we use cats as well to help us get rid of mice and rodents. So here's the cat, and they're in a hayloft hiding so the little kittens don't get hurt. Here's the kittens, here's the chickens, and there's a dog. Wait, we haven't talked about a dog yet. And the little cat goes meow. Rabbits are good pets too. But farmers also raise them for fur and meat so we can get our vitamins again. Rabbits live in a big warm hutch on a bed of clean hay. Little rabbit kids like to dig holes into the hay and hide. So here's the rabbit. Here's the little bunnies, little baby bunnies. And there's another, I think these are Dutch because they got black ears and white on them. And then there's a white rabbit. And then there's another brown rabbit and a gray rabbit. And this looks like a lop-eared rabbit. There's so many different kind of rabbits. Well, farm geese make loud honking noise. And they squawk really loud. They are always friendly underneath their smooth, shiny feathers. Geese have soft, fluffy feathers called down, which keeps them from getting wet when they go swimming in the creeks. Goose down is used to stuff pillows, so we use the goose to stuff our pillows so we can lay our nice little heads on the pillows. And they're also good, like if someone comes to your house, they'll also let you know. So here's the geese. And they're squawking at the dog because he's not supposed to be there by the creek. And so our next animal is a pig. Oink, oink, oink. Well, full-grown pigs are called hogs. They live in a very special pen called a pigsty. Hogs have small eyes and cannot see very well, but they can smell food from far away. And what do we use pigs for? Also, we use it for meat, and they also dig for truffles, like the nice little chocolates. Since we're talking about Easter, they have little truffles that they'll dig up for us. So here's the hogs, here's the little piglets, and that looks like a mama pig, and that looks like the daddy pig. And they go oink, oink, oink. Well, guess what's next? It's ducks. And ducks have webbed feet, and that helps them swim. Little ducklings stay close to their mother. They can swim and walk on the day that they are hatched from their eggs, so that way they don't get hurt. And we use ducks for eggs, and also their meat. So here's ducks. That looks like a boy duck, a mallard. Here's the mother duck, and there's little chickling ducks. They go quack, quack, quack. Well, there's a sheep now. Now we're talking about sheep. Sheep stay together in flocks. Their soft hairs made into yarn and warm woolen cloth. Male sheep, called rams, sometimes have big curved horns. The little lambs don't have horns yet, but they like to play pretend to fight. just like the grown-up rams. It's only good for little lambs and rams to fight, not humans. So here's the mother lamb, and there's the baby little sheep. There's the daddy called the ram, and the mother's called the ewe, and they go bah. So the last animal we have to talk about is called a dog, and they go woof woof woof. A dog can help a farmer herd the sheep, so we can get their wool for our clothes. The border collie dog makes the sheep move to a new pasture or into a pen. At night, when the farm is quiet, the collie dog or the dog that's watching the sheep keeps watch so the animals don't get hurt. Well, that's all the little animals we got. We talked about, let's see, a rooster. There goes cock-a-doodle-doo. We talked about a bull and a cow that goes moo. We talked about a milk cow. They also go moo, and they give us milk. We talked about goats, and they go bah. And we talked about chickens going cluck, cluck, cluck to their babies. We talked about turkeys, which go gobble, 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 gobble. And we talked about horses that go nee. Right here's the horses, and they make a nee sound. And we talked about little donkeys that go ee-aw, ee-aw. And then we also talked about little kittens and cats going meow. And then we talked about rabbits, and I really don't know how to, I think they just go quack, 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 or make a little chirping sound. I don't know how a rabbit sounds. You'll have to let me know. A little goose goes squawk, squawk, squawk when the little thing's around. And then we talked about pigs that go oink, 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 oink. And they find truffles and, Then we talked about ducks and mallards that go quack, quack, quack. And we talked about sheep that go bah. And last of all, we talked about a dog that goes woof, woof, woof. So guess what? That was April. Remember, April Fools is a good day to play little funny tricks on people and get away with it. Not try to hurt people, but just play, do some little fun things. And that's the only day you can do that. So I want to tell all of you Happy Easter. Go out and get your eggs for the chocolate bunnies. And when you always think about me, think pink, think of me. Love you all, Alize, and I'll see you next month come May. Have a nice day.